Welcome to the show where you get blitzed by all the latest Detroit sports news.
I'm your host, Marcus, joined by your other host, Jay. And Detroit got the big W today against the Cleveland Browns. You already know. 34
Oh
to
yeah,
10 is the final score. I mean, this game definitely, wasn't really anything to be too worried about, I think. But Cleveland having the number one ranked defense was definitely a test for our offense. And I definitely think they passed the test for sure. They performed pretty well, all things considered. Yeah, man. I mean, came home with a dub. I mean, what are your kind of like impressions of the game and like stuff you saw, like from your
I,
perspective?
yeah, it was a good game. I mean, it was just a good game. I think I genuinely think the Browns were terrified. Were terrified a little bit.
I would
I
be
feel like
too. I mean, I feel like almost
well,
anyone's going to be terrified of the Lions at this point because
with
they're making a
current
statement.
day the current day Lions, I feel like yes, you almost have like a right to be fairly terrified there. Um, you know, I think that it was a good game, and you know, not too much else to say. We won.
Yeah.
It was like a blowout, really. I mean, I don't think they ever were winning, right?
Well, they were actually leading in the first quarter. So what happened? We'll just break down the game a little bit, kind of by the quarter. So first quarter, Lions come out. They get stopped on the first drive, and so they didn't score. Which, when you don't score on the first drive, it's not great. But it doesn't mean like it. Obviously, it doesn't mean at all like that. That's just the end of the game already. It's the first drive of the game. But it definitely sets the tone for the rest of the game if you're able to score on your first possession there. And so for the Browns to get that stop, it kind of put the momentum in their cart, and they actually were able to get a touchdown. So it was 7-zip in the first quarter. But then we ended up coming back and answering. Got a
Yeah,
touchdown of
that's
our own.
more of what I'm talking about. I feel like there was really not. I don't know. I guess maybe it's because of the good record we have so far. There wasn't really a point where I was worried. Like even when they
No.
had a lead, it was really just like, okay, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it
I
was
know we,
never.
we were going to pull through for sure. But really, after that point, we were pretty much leading the entire rest of the game. And Cleveland, after that, only got 3 points after, like, for the entire rest of the game, was only able to get a field goal. Which they did. They could have had 3 more points because they actually missed a field goal. I think it was right before half they missed, but I could be wrong. I forget when exactly that field goal was. The game's already like way like what was that game like? Literally 12 hours from now ago. So it's a little bit iffy in my
Been,
head right now, trying to remember everything. But we're doing this
yeah,
pretty
it's,
late.
yeah.
um,
We're a little late to the party. It's 1:04 a.m. right now.
yeah,
we
we're making it work
were
though.
good. Game ended around I think three, right? Three,
Uh,
three, maybe four. I believe it was
I'm
three.
thinking it was like 4, if I had to
Yeah,
guess. But yeah. Overall, really, I think you could kind of just sum up the game as like it really was kind of a defensive dogfight. I feel like both offensive, sides, both for Cleveland and Detroit, was just like struggled at times for sure. Obviously, Cleveland was the one who just struggled way more, which really wasn't a surprise because that's just how they've been so far all their games in this season. When they got old man Flacco as a quarterback back there,
I could say I didn't. Well, I haven't really seen very many Cleveland games. I mean, I'm not really involved in Cleveland stuff,
Yeah, I
so I
don't
haven't
even.
even.
I really only
Like,
know like, Miles Garrett is their defensive end player, and he's like a stud. And he's like probably the best defensive end player in the league right now. So they have like a really good defense. Like I said, number one ranked. But other than that, I really don't know any of the other like weapons they have. I just only happen to know their quarterback because he's like an old one. He's like 40 years old, so he's like a veteran in the league. He won a Super Bowl with the Ravens back in, I don't know when it was exactly, like 2011, or I don't know when the fuck it was, but yeah, he's he's past his prime at this point.
yeah, I will say this: Couldn't save them.
No.
Could not save them.
No, their defense. I mean, hats off to their defense, man. They really like stopped us on a lot of those drives, but you can't just stop the Detroit Lions all the way. We always find a way to break through and get some kind of points, which came in the form of, I'm pretty sure, Jameer Gibbs had a rushing touchdown. So did, I think, St. Brown had 2 receiving touchdowns in that game. And then we had that punt return touchdown by Khalif Raymond, which was huge actually. That put us up. It was 20-10, and we were kind of struggling to put points on. It had been a bit, and then we got that, and then we just were firing on all cylinders after that. We got the last touchdown to kind of seal it out, ensure that it was going to be a comfortable win at that point. But yeah, aside from all the good stuff that happened, there was some unfortunate things that did play out in the game in terms of injuries on our side of the ball. I don't know if you saw the players in question here.
I know someone got injured, and I know that because I was on my way over to my friend's house to finish watching the game. I drove over at halftime. I heard I listened to 97.1 The Ticket.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Prominent
real
station.
Ticket.
Well,
Go you. But yeah, I know someone got pretty injured, right?
Yeah, so it was 2 players, DJ Reed and Terry Arnold, both cornerbacks for our team, and Terry Arnold's in his second year, so he's still kind of coming onto his own, trying to make a kind of a statement after a lackluster rookie year. I think he led the league in pass interception, or not interception, pass interference calls last year. So definitely not a great start. But I mean, everyone's rookie year is a bit, rocky. But it just kind of sucks to see him kind of go down. I think it's a shoulder injury. And then DJ Reed was the cornerback we got with the trade from the Jets in the preseason. And he was actually doing really great for us. He was locking up a lot of receivers. He did a great job, I'm pretty sure, in that Ravens game last week. But I actually got a clip pulled up here from the press conference afterwards, and Dan Campbell has a few words to say on the updates of the injuries for both DJ Reed and Terry Arnold. So we'll play that now.
I don't, we all saw Reed's, I don't know I don't know what that's going to be or how long. I mean, certainly I cannot imagine him playing next week at a minimum till we get more tests done. And I don't think TA is a major thing. Now, I don't know. There again, I don't know about him next week, but it's certainly not as significant as what, as what Reed had.
Okay. Wait, I'm gonna actually replay that real quick because what did he say?
We all saw Reed's. I don't know I don't know what that's going to be or how long. I mean, certainly I cannot imagine him playing next week at a minimum till we get more tests done. And
okay, so it seems like more tests are needed to get a definitive reading on like when he might come back, but it just still sucks because I'm pretty sure it was a hamstring injury, and those can be pretty bad.
That's what I believe. I just read. Detroit Free Press said it is indeed a hamstring injury, and he won't be back at least. Well, directly from the thing, he can't imagine that Reed will be playing next week. That's what he just said.
Yeah. Which,
but
I mean,
everything there was a hamstring injury. I don't.
Yeah.
Coming back.
So that kind of sucks. I mean, our cornerback position is already kind of a facet of our defense that's actually already like strung dry. And we really weren't doing aside from DJ Reed and actually Amik Robertson has been playing his ass off. We're still need improvements in that area for sure because our passing defense is a little bit lackluster at times for sure.
I have a feeling he probably won't be back until maybe the Bucs game. the game against the Bucks, or maybe the game against the Chiefs.
How many weeks away is that? I forget.
Well, the Bucks game is on October 20th. That's 2 weeks away.
Okay.
The Chiefs game is October 12th. That's 1 week away. Well, 2 weeks away. My bad.
So you might miss at least a few weeks potentially.
He'll,
I don't
he'll
know.
miss a few. I think I misspoke for a bit there, but he'll probably be out for like 3 weeks. I'd say. If it's a hamstring injury, I can't imagine him. Oh no, that's
So we get the win. A little bit of a cost, or at a cost.
we get a win. We get a win, but at what cost?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
And I think before we kind of wrap up talking about this game, I'm going to play the locker room celebration, though, and just see what Dan Campbell had to say to the players after the game.
That's number 3, man. All right, and here's what we said going into this game. We needed our defense to show up, and we needed special teams, man. That was the beginning of it. Defense, man, 3 takeaways, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble, punch out, and recovery. Allowed only 79 rushing yards, 3 sacks, and they were 3 of 14 on 3rd down. That's defense. We had a big win the other night, short week. We had to get back, and we did what we had to do. Now, it wasn't good enough, if I'm being totally honest with you. There's so many areas where we shot ourselves in the foot, and we cannot do that, okay? I'm just being honest. Now, it's not going to ruin our Sunday or the rest of the week. I can promise you that. Proud of you guys for the win itself, all right? I got 2 game balls. On defense, 4 total tackles, 2 sacks, 2 TFLs, 1 forced fumble, 4 quarterback hits. Aiden Hutchinson.
Let's keep going, build on this. Great team win, guys. I'm blessed to be back. I'm blessed to be back with you boys. Let's just keep it up. Thanks, guys.
On special teams, all right, 5 punt returns, 76 yards. We had 1 65-yarder for a touchdown, 1 kickoff return, 30 yards, 106 total return yards. Mr. Khalif Raymond.
I just want to thank you guys, man. It was grimy out there. We've been chopping at the tree for the last 4 games, man. We finally caught one, but that's what it looked like when you put in work. So, love y'all, man.
We will see you all tomorrow, man. Break it down.
Continue to chop wood, man. Continue to give it a y'all, man. That's who we are. That griminess, that's who we are. Stay like that. Keep that standard. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bam! Good job.
I love Panay Sewell. He's always at the end of the videos. He gets a little comment in. But yeah, man, I mean, you actually bring up some good points that I forgot to touch on. Was that it definitely wasn't a perfect game by our offense. Like he said, there's definitely things we got to clean up after this game. Because when I watched pretty much most of the game, and there were definitely at least like multiple times that I could remember that our offense just got really silly penalties and flags that just, it just, self-inflicted wounds that were just completely unnecessary. I think 2 of them that I remember, especially clearly, was 2 false starts right after each other. And they were just completely unnecessary. It was just because I'm pretty sure we were just spooked by their defense on the other side. So one of our players kept moving too early, which was stupid, and we ended up getting pushed 10 yards back, because each one's a 5-yard penalty. So, and then I think earlier in the game there was I think it was a face mask penalty on one of our O linemen. That was 15 yards, and it cost us what could have been a touchdown, because we were right there at the end zone, and then we had to settle for a field goal. I could be wrong though. Maybe we didn't even score on that one. I don't know. Like I said, it's been a bit since I watched the game from earlier, but yeah, definitely got some shit to clean up. But I mean, it's better to win, but then also be able to take the win, and then also know you need to improve, instead of coming off a loss and knowing you need to improve. So. But yeah, Hutch, like you said, like you saw there, he got the game ball. He fucking lit it up in the game too. He got a bunch of sacks. What was it, 3 sacks? It said. I think he would have had 4 sacks, but one of them got reversed from a penalty again on one of our players. In this case, it was Brian Branch. On what could have been also a forced fumble too. Maybe we got the possession there, but overall, good win on all 3 facets, offense, defense, and special teams, with that punt return as well, Khalif Raymond. Yeah, man. It's definitely we're trucking along, man. I think going into week 5 now to the Bengals. I think we have a good shot there.
Yeah, I don't think the Bengals are going to be too difficult.
No.
I mean, we said it before. We said it last episode. We didn't think there was going to be a chance that we would lose against the Browns, and we were right.
Yeah.
You're right, man. I think we're going to be right again. I don't think we're too. I don't think we need to be too worried about the Bengals.
No.
Yeah, I would like to jump into another game happened, right? It was say it. You
Packers.
watched the game. I watched highlights.
Yeah, Packers Cowboys Sunday Night Football. Probably one of the most nail-biting games I've ever fucking watched, if I'm being honest. Like, took it all the way to overtime. Really high-scoring game too. And
You don't see that very often.
the big thing about that game is it ended in a tie, which is just crazy. You never see that half the time. And for it to end in a tie, 40 points on each side, I'm pretty sure that it's the highest scoring tie game, they said, too. Which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean ties are, like you said, very rare. You don't see those very often.
Now, with that means that we are now the top of the division. Kings of the North again, baby.
Yep. I am hoping we will stay that way.
Yeah.
It would be nice. I'm hoping we get a Super Bowl. I'm hoping we win all of them. But
I'm pretty sure that every fan's, in the back of their head, and every player on the Lions, we know we got unfinished business. So
I saw a
That's the
YouTube
ultimate
comment.
goal.
I believe it was on a Lions Syndicate video, and they were like, they basically were like, as Detroit fans, I feel like we really need to start just being happy with, reaching the playoffs, and it's like, I think we're allowed to be, hoping for more than that.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, I don't think we're playing shoot for the stars, and even if you miss, or shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you land among stars. I don't think that's a good saying or a good quote for sports. I don't think that works very well.
It's all or nothing, man. Super Bowl or bust, honestly.
It's got to be all or nothing. It takes more.
Yeah. Perfect flag for that.
Perfect tune in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're number one in the division now. Do you have? So Amon Ra St. Brown. He posted on Instagram after the game. Do you want to pull it up? Can you pull it up? Yeah, ready. If not, we'll have the editor put it up. But
let me see. I think it'll show here. This is what he posted.
yeah, he can finally get back on 2K now. That's good to hear. I'm very glad that he did it. He made it. Would he not have been able to play 2K if he lost the game?
Guess not, man.
Mom
That's his reward.
His mom would have just taken the Xbox.
Yeah. He loves his 2K.
Start winning games. This is good for him, man. I'm glad he gets to play his game.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, I think that's pretty much it, right?
I think that would be it for today's news.
Pretty much on to week 5 to Cincinnati next away game, and you know how we do when it's away. We're pretty damn good at that. So
We've been real good. We've been real good so far.
all right. Thank you all for tuning in. Like always, be sure to subscribe to keep up to date and never miss a new upload or live stream. Again, go Lions, one pride, baby.
Let's get it.